Let's start in Sukhasana, cross-legged. Take a moment to close your eyes and connect to your breath. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. If you'd like to set an intention for today's practice, do so now. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, bow your head towards your fingertips and open your eyes again. We are going to start on our backs today. Hug your knees in, option to gently roll from side to side. Grab the outside edges of your feet for happy baby pose. And now grab your big toes with your peace fingers, so your index fingers, middle fingers and thumbs, and stretch and bend one knee at a time, gently waking up those hamstrings. Make sure to keep your lower back grounded at all times. Bring your hands back down to the mat and start rocking forwards and backwards until you can make your way up into cross-legged again. Step your feet back, come into wide-legged child's pose. Keep your knees about hip distance apart, your big toes can be touching. And with every exhalation, allow yourself to soften into the posture a little bit more. Today's focus lies primarily on hip and hamstring flexibility. Please be gentle with yourself and respect your body's signals. A little bit of discomfort is okay, but if at any point in time you feel pain, please just come out of the pose and find a variation that works for you today. Inhale, slightly press into your fingertips, perhaps move from side to side a little bit. Active child's pose. Whenever you're ready, rock your hands back to your knees. Come into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So bring your feet together and gently lean forward. Grab your feet and move your knees up and down to warm up the hips. Option to press your elbows in your knee creases to go deeper. Well done. Come back to cross-legged. Interlace your fingertips behind your back and squeeze your shoulder blades together for a gentle heart opener. Shake your head yes a couple of times. And bring your hands back to your knees. Shake your head no. Next, let's warm up the forearm muscles. Spread your fingertips as much as possible and then make tight fists. Keep moving between those two shapes, so palms as large as possible, fists as tight as possible. Well done. Roll your wrists out, change directions. Interlace your fingers, roll it out once again. Draw circles above your wrists. Remember to spread your fingers and press each and every fingertip into the yoga mat. Change directions. And come back to neutral. Rotate the eyes of your elbows forwards and backwards a couple times. Back to neutral. Now do some shoulder dips, so just protract your shoulder blades a couple times. Come back to neutral, and for bear pose, simply tuck your toes and hover your heels above the ground for a little bit. And whenever you're ready, come back to tabletop. And on your own time, do some cat-cows. So inhale, drop your belly for cow pose. Exhale, round your spine for cat pose. Really press into your fingertips. And if you feel like it, you can also add in some spine rotations. Switch directions. And come back into tabletop. Next, simply tuck your left toes and straighten your knee until your left leg reaches back in a straight line. Your heel should be reaching towards the ground as much as possible. Keep your entire left leg engaged and bring some conscious awareness to your left hamstrings. Come back to tabletop and repeat on the other side. Come back to tabletop. Bring your right elbow and your left knee together. And on your inhale, lift your arm and your leg. Keep on reaching. Also keep your core engaged. And exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one, inhale, reach forwards and backwards, creating a line of energy all the way from your fingertips to your toes. Option to bend your back knee and grab your foot with your hand and gently press into your hand with your foot and look up. Come back to tabletop, do any neutralizing movements your heart desires. And eventually bring your left elbow, your right knee together and reach forwards and backwards. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Keep your core engaged. Knee to elbow. Last one. Either stay here or once again feel free to grab your ankle or your foot and come into a little bit of a back bend and shoulder opener. One more deep breath in. And come back down into tabletop. Once again, do any neutralizing movements you need. Walk your feet towards your hands for standing forward fold. Option to grab your opposite elbows and gently sway from side to side. Bring your hands back down, bend your right knee and on your inhale reach your left arm up towards the sky, create length. And on your exhale, bring your arm back down, bend your left knee this time, inhale, reach your right arm up. And come back down into your variation of forward fold. Take one more deep breath in. And on your exhale, bend your knees and vertebrae by vertebrae, like a yoga mat, roll up into standing. Bring your hands together into prayer in front of your chest and just take a moment of awareness here. We are going to do 4 rounds of sun salutations. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, forward Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back into plank, do chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward for high lunge, or of course you can also do warrior one if you prefer the classical variation. Exhale, step back into plank. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot forward, high lunge. Step back into plank and flow through your vinyasa. Let's meet again in down dog. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up for chair pose, and exhale, Tadasana. Well done. Gather strength for 3 more rounds. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Vinyasa. Down dog. Step your right foot forward for high lunge. Step back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Let's meet again in down dog. Left foot, high lunge. Plank and vinyasa. Down dog. Step or hop to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Down dog. Right foot, high lunge. Plank and vinyasa. Down dog. Left foot, high lunge. Plank and vinyasa. Down dog. Make it to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, chair pose. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plank. Vinyasa. Down dog. Right foot, high lunge. Step back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Let's meet again in down dog. Left foot, high lunge. Plank. Time for another vinyasa. Let's meet again in down dog. Please stay here. Do any movements that you might want to do. Of course, staying in stillness is also an option. And whenever you're ready, walk your hands towards your feet for forward fold. Option to grab your opposite elbows, sway from side to side, do whatever feels good. And just like we did in the beginning, whenever you're ready, bend your right knee and lift your left arm up. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, repeat on the other side. Come back down. For a more intense stretch, bend your left knee and allow your left hip to sink down a little bit. Come back to normal forward fold. Repeat on the other side. So Let your right hip sink down this time. And back to forward fold. Walk your way back into downward facing dog. Perhaps walk your dog and make the way to the front edge of your mat. Inhale, flat back, exhale, fold. Inhale for chair pose. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step into plank. Flow through your vinyasa of choice. Let's meet again in down dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up as much as you can for a three-legged down dog. Exhale, bring your right foot to the front edge of your mat. Turn your left foot out 45 degrees. Straighten both of your legs for pyramid pose. Keep your legs engaged. Flex your right foot and bend your left knee. Then straighten your knee again and just repeat this a couple more times. Well done. Step your feet back into plank and flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, sweep your left leg up as much as possible for a three-legged down dog. And exhale, step your foot to the front edge of your mat for pyramid pose on the other side. Keep your legs engaged. Flex your left foot this time and straighten and bend your right leg a couple times. Step back into plank and flow through your vinyasa. We meet again in down dog. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. We are going to hold this high lunge for about 30 seconds. Make sure your right ankle is stacked directly underneath your knee. Your hands can either stay on your knee or in Anjali Mudra. Or of course you can also bring your arms over your head and lean back a little bit. Bring your hands and your back knee down. And straighten your front leg for half monkey pose. You might have to adjust your front foot a little bit. Your hips should be directly above your knee, and then just lean towards your front leg as much as you comfortably can. Make your way into low lunge by bending your front knee. Option to bend your back knee as well and grab your foot with your opposite hand for a quad stretch. Release your foot, step back into plank, and make your way to down dog. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands for high lunge. Once again, let's hold it for about 30 seconds. If they aren't already, bring your hands down, lower your back knee, straighten your front leg for half monkey pose. Make your way back to low lunge. Once again, option to bend your back knee and grab your foot with your opposite hand for a quad stretch. Well done. Step your feet back into plank and make your way back to down dog. Bring your right leg up, bend your right knee, open your hip as much as you can, and draw a couple of circles with your right knee. Do 3 circles in each direction. And come back to open hip, three-legged down dog. Keep your right knee bent, shift into plank, knee to nose. Extend your right leg to the left, shift your weight forwards and backwards a couple times. And eventually bring your left arm up and ground your left foot for fallen star. Bring your hand back down and make your way back into a three-legged down dog. Step your right foot in between your hands. Keep your hands grounded. Perhaps let your right knee drop to the right a little bit for a deeper stretch. And come onto your left forearm and raise your right arm up for a twist. Come out of your twist, make it into pigeon pose. So bend your front knee. Try to place your shank as parallel as possible to the short edge of your yoga mat. And feel free to let your spine sink towards the ground as much as possible. As always, discomfort is okay, pain is not. Just one more deep breath in pigeon pose. On your own time, make your way back to down dog. Stretch and bend your knees, do whatever feels good. And whenever you're ready, bring your left leg up for open hip, three-legged down dog on the other side. Once again, draw a couple of hip circles in each direction while keeping your shoulders in one line. And take one more moment in open hip, three-legged down dog. Shift your weight forward, knee to nose, and fallen star on the other side. Shift forwards and backwards a couple times. And whenever you're ready, reach your right arm up. Remember to ground through your right foot. Bring your hand back down. And come back up, three-legged down dog. And step your left foot in between your hands for lizard pose. Option to drop your knee to the left a little bit more and to come onto your right forearm and reach your left arm up. Whenever you're ready, make your way into pigeon on the other side. Keep on making adjustments until you feel comfortable, and of course, over time, if you start to feel a little bit more flexible, you can also slide your hands forward a little bit more. You got this. Just take one more deep breath in pigeon. And whenever you're ready, make your way up into plank and down dog. Do any neutralizing movements you need. And walk your hands and your feet together towards one another so that you can come into a forward fold in the center of your yoga mat. If it's possible for you, I invite you to step onto your palms to deepen the stretch. And also you can stretch and bend your knees a couple times, allowing yourself to go deeper. After this, come into wide-legged forward fold. Your feet should be parallel and your hands can either be reaching through your legs or you can also grab your opposite elbows or your ankles. Just decide what feels best for you at this moment in time. And eventually heel toe your feet closer to one another until you can come into Malasana, yogi squat. Simply sink your hips down and bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. Or if you're already quite flexible in your hips, you can place a yoga block in between your hands to allow your hips to open up even more. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. We are going to stay here for about a minute. Put your block away. We are going to come back into cross-legged and attempt Agni Stambhasana, fire lock pose next. You simply stack one leg on top of the other while keeping your feet flexed as much as possible. Also option to fold forward and bring your arms to the ground in front of your legs if it's possible for you. The stretch is quite intense. It feels a little bit like a double pigeon pose. So once again, be gentle and only go as far as you comfortably can. Slowly come back up, straighten your spine, make your way out of the posture, and of course, windshield wiper your knees. Once you feel good to go again, bring the other leg on top of the leg that was on top before. Don't worry if your hips are a little bit uneven and the sides feel quite different. Over time, they will become more similar. Come out of your pose. Once again, feel free to windshield wiper your knees. And eventually make your way into seated wide-legged forward fold. Lean forward, come onto your finger arms, your forearms, or even your belly if you're really flexible. Take one more deep breath in, folding forward. And as you exhale, slowly come back up. Inhale again for length and exhale, lean over your right leg. Keep both of your sit bones grounded. Slowly come back up to center. Inhale, create length in your spine. And exhale, fold over your other leg. Once again, make sure to keep your sit bones grounded. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, come back up. Bring your feet together for another round of butterfly. So just like you did in the very beginning of today's practice, do any movements and variation that you feel like trying out here. Perhaps notice if you already feel a difference compared to the beginning of your practice. Well done. Come back up and to make your way into Paschimottanasana, simply extend your legs in front of you. If you're really flexible and you'd like to challenge yourself, you can also grab a block and place it in between your hands and your feet as you lean forward. Whatever you do, make sure to hinge from the hips. It's more about bringing your belly button to your thigh and not so much about having like straight knees. Next, we are going to do one-legged forward folds. Start by bending your left knee and then you simply fold over your right leg. This variation might feel a little bit easier for most people compared to the traditional forward fold with both of your legs. So allow yourself to challenge yourself a little bit and see if you can go a little bit deeper than you did before. Come back up, keep your left knee bent and bring it behind you for one last forward fold variation. Slowly start preparing yourself to get back up. We are going to attempt Hanumanasana, monkey pose, or the splits next. Feel free to start in half monkey and alternate between half monkey and low lunge like we did before. And whenever you're ready, slowly slide into your splits. Keep on breathing deeply and let's try to hold this for about 30 seconds. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, really slowly in whichever way feels best, make your way out of monkey pose. Do any movements you need to do, and take a little bit of a break in wide-legged child's pose. Take one extra deep breath in, and on your exhale, come back up. This time, extend your left leg, bend your right knee for one-legged forward fold. Prepare yourself to get back up and circle your right knee behind you for the different variation in preparation for Hanumanasana. Come up into half monkey. Transition to low lunge. Go back and forth a couple times. And whenever you're ready, slowly slide into Hanumanasana on the other side. Once again, it's totally normal if both sides are quite different. Just make sure that you keep practicing both sides and not just your favorite one. Slowly come out of the pose again and slowly but surely make your way onto your back. Hug your knees in, perhaps roll from side to side a little bit. And just like we did in the beginning, grab your big toes for happy baby. Feel free to straighten and bend your knees one knee at a time. Notice the progress. And hug your knees in once again. If you'd like to take a back twist before Shavasana, simply drop your knees to one side, extend your arms in a T shape, and gaze over the opposite shoulder of the side where your knees are dropping towards. Keep both of your shoulders as close to the ground as you possibly can. See if you can allow yourself to drop into the stretch a little bit deeper with every exhalation. Switch sides. Once again, keep your shoulders grounded. And come back up. Do any last movement you like to do before Shavasana, and whenever you're ready, simply extend your arms, extend your legs. Your palms should be facing upwards, and you don't need to engage any muscle in your body. Simply allow your body to become heavy and sink into your yoga mat a little bit more with every exhalation. You did an amazing job today. This sequence, like hamstring and hip stretches, aren't easy. Especially hip stretches can also become quite emotional. So if this is the case for you and you feel some emotions you might not understand right now, that's totally fine. You don't need to. Just allow them to pass naturally without suppressing them. And I invite you to simply stay calm and thank yourself for having shown up on your yoga mat, and take all the time you want in Shavasana. Namaste.